As more and more people are moving around with flexible remote working options, it's easy to see why mountain towns are becoming increasingly popular. Not only is it wonderful to escape from the city and not be confined to a lot of traffic and congestion and bad air, but it's simply more relaxing and in a lot of cases more affordable to move to some of the best mountain towns. But what are they? So I'm comparing mountain towns from across the United States, things like New Mexico that have a lot of warmer climates, or things near Utah that have access to a lot of state parks, as well as places that are based on temperature, local community, and cost of living. So my first stop is Cheyenne, Wyoming. So Cheyenne, obviously the capital city of Wyoming, has a lot to offer. Cheyenne is at 6,000 feet elevation. It has a wonderful collection of historic buildings, gardens, a lot of museums, and of course, as a cowboy capital, there is a lot to do there if you like frontier-based outdoors activities and museums and cowboy adventures. Now, one of the things that is really great about Wyoming is that you don't have a lot of people here. Wyoming is a huge state, but the population is very small. You will have access to a lot of outdoor activities like fishing, a lot of rock climbing, and just beautiful scenery, no matter where you go in the mountains. When you are choosing to work remotely from a mountaintop or just taking a day off and working from a mountaintop. Now, snowfall here averages about 60 inches per year, and they do have semi-arid cold temperatures. But in the summer, you're going to have a lot of warm temperatures around the mid 70s most of the year. There's a thriving downtown landscape here with, of course, a lot of wonderful shoe opportunities for you and your horse, but a lot of breweries and other entertainment. Now, housing prices in Cheyenne average around $350,000, which is below the national average. But if you buy outside of May, you get prices that decrease by about 10%. So moving in the autumn or the winter can actually save you a lot of money if Cheyenne is at the top of your list. Now, moving a little bit south, we have Golden, Colorado. Now, this used to be a former gold rush town, which is where it gets its name. It is close to the same elevation as Cheyenne at about 5,675 feet, but it is one of the oldest and most historic towns in the entire state. So Golden has about 3 million people. So if Cheyenne doesn't have enough people for you, Golden, Colorado will absolutely have enough people for you. There is a lot of the same types of outdoor activities here. There are a lot of the same outdoor activities here. You get access to, wonderful services, wonderful museums. As you can see here, a lot of parks, a lot of community centers. There is a great deal of historical buildings, especially in the downtown area, which is about 8 square miles. Now, one of the things that's nice about Golden is its location. So as you can see here, there are a lot of nearby activities and a lot of nearby museums. And if you go to the west, you get a lot of outdoor things. But when you go to the east, you are close to Denver. It is about 12 miles away from Denver. So if there's something you can't get in this beautiful snowy town, there's absolutely an easy location nearby to get anything and everything you want. Now, a lot of people move to this area for the snow. They get a lot of snow and they get warm temperatures around the 80s, which is comfortable, but still a little bit hotter than Wyoming. But one of the issues here is, of course, median house price, if that's something you are looking into, as the average house price is around $900,000. But with that, you get about 72 inches of snow every year. So if you go a little bit south, you get Park City, Utah. Park City is a very popular town. It is a wonderful place to be. These pictures really don't do it justice. So when you look at these photos, you'll see it has a very quaint sort of alpine look to it. And that's by design. The entire city is designed in a way that all of the buildings have that uniformity to it. And that's part of the appeal. Now, there's a ton to do all year round. You can go, of course, hiking, biking. There are water sports in the summer. There are concerts, shows all year round. And then you get to the wintertime where there's world famous skiing. Now they have these famous alpine sort of trees here. One of the fun things that a lot of people don't know about Utah is some of these trees are the same types of trees that connect at the root system, which means that those wonderful yellow colors you get in the fall are actually a single organism, despite the fact that it is hundreds, if not thousands of trees in different areas. They're all interconnected, much like sumacs are. So that's a fun fact about Park City. Now, it does have a slightly smaller population than Wyoming or Colorado, at around 9,000 residents. And it is even higher at 7,000 feet elevation, very close to a lot of major towns like Salt Lake City. And of course, as the former host of the 2002 Winter Olympics, it has a lot of popular resorts. But all that popularity comes at a price. Though this is one of my absolute favorite places to visit, it is a very expensive place in which to live, with the average house price at $1.5 million. So if you're looking for something that has the same type of outdoor activities, but you prefer a little bit more affordability, Cedar City, Utah is a great alternative. So Cedar City is located on the other side of Salt Lake City compared to Park City. So this is the mountain town that you should move to if you like national parks. Utah, of course, has 5 national parks. It has 46 state parks and about 95,000 acres across the state are made up of state and national parks. And Cedar City is located closely to many of them. So if you're looking at a map, located in the corner of the state, you get access to so many parks here. You get access to parks down in Southern California. You also get access to the Grand Canyon and all the state parks that you have outside Sedona in Arizona. So there is a lot that you can access from this point. In fact, this is one of my favorite places to be when I'm visiting Southern Utah and I'm going to Zion, or I'm going out to Canyonlands or Bryce Canyon. So this is a wonderful city to consider. Now, Cedar City is a very popular mountain town, one of the best mountain towns to move to for people who like national parks. That's where it gets its name, the gateway to the national parks. The average house price here is around $400,000, much less than it would cost to move to Park City. And it's also a smaller population than Golden. So you have a lot of amenities, a lot of outdoor adventure opportunities, and just a great chance to be out among nature. Now, if those prices aren't really up to snuff and you want something that's a little more festive with slightly less outdoor activity, Prescott, Arizona is a great town. This is located in central Arizona. So moving farther down, you're going to have much warmer temperatures. So you can move to some of the best mountain towns without having to deal with 72 inches of snowfall every year. And Prescott, Arizona is one of those places. Prescott has about 47,000 residents. Average median home price is around $600,000. But it also hosts the world's oldest rodeo and a lot of beautiful surroundings. And in Christmas time, with only 13 inches of annual snow at about 5,000 feet elevation, you also get to be part of the famous Christmas city. So the entire downtown of Prescott becomes a beautiful Christmas city running from November through January. So this is a wonderful thing that you can be a part of when you live here. You can have family come and visit if you want them to, and they can participate in that Christmas city adventure as well. And for people who do want to get out and about, there's a lot of hiking and biking opportunities. And as mentioned, much warmer climates with less snow than you would get compared to other locations. So if Prescott is sounding really great to you, but $600,000 for an average house price isn't, Santa Clara, New Mexico is definitely something to consider. This is a much smaller place. Snowfall is around 2 inches per year. So if you absolutely want a mountain town that is warm and inviting, Santa Clara, New Mexico is a great place to consider. This is a bedroom community. It's located around, as I mentioned, 6,000 feet elevation. And instead of costing $600,000 for the average house, it costs around $85,000, which is much more appealing. In terms of population, it only has about 1,600 people. So you don't have to worry about seeing a lot of neighbors. In fact, what you'll probably see are just some cows wandering around the road. At least that's what I've seen when I've been there. So technically, as you can see here, this is not actually a town, it's a village. That's how small it is. So this bedroom community is a wonderful place to consider for people who want much more affordability with mountain towns, warm weather, but close proximity to parks, to things like Las Cruces, Silver City, and Bayard without having to pay extra high home prices or deal with a lot of neighbors. And so finally, I like Santa Teresa as a very popular mountain town to move to. Santa Teresa, also in New Mexico, is equally small. So it's not actually a town, but it's a census designated place. So this is a great location in terms of its proximity to El Paso. It is right on the border with Texas. So it's a hop, skip, or a jump away from some of the more heavily populated towns there and other amenities if you want to get away. It also has a slightly lower elevation. So it sits at about 3,700 feet. And it comes with a lot of benefits, not just the proximity, but the much warmer temperatures. So the average temperature in this town is about 62 degrees. And that's going to be perfect in the winter if you don't want to wear a lot of layers. 62 degrees, very warm. And that's what you get in the coldest time of the year. There's also some wonderful things to do there, like small air museums, small vineyards, and then of course Sunset Park, El Paso, Albuquerque, all of those nearby. Now, no matter which of these great mountain towns you choose to move to, I would strongly suggest that you always use a moving calculator beforehand, because you will, I promise, have more things than you remember acquiring since you last moved. And a moving calculator not only helps you figure out where you're moving, but how much it's going to cost based on the size of your goods. And this can be incredibly useful for, moving a studio apartment, a 2-bedroom home, or figuring out what the move is going to cost you if, let's say, you're moving from Charlotte, North Carolina to a mountain town like Wyoming, and you want to compare what it's going to cost to have professionals move all of your goods versus having freight or containers. And you don't have to provide any personal information when using moving calculators like MoveBuddha. That's why it's my favorite. I don't have to give them my phone number or my email in order to get these estimates. I can simply type in where I'm moving from and to, and then I can compare the prices. And from there, contact these companies directly if I want to get a quote.